Whenever the issue of abortion is debated, one of the most common justifications for abortion that you will ever hear is the slogan, "My body, my choice." This is what is commonly referred to as the bodily rights argument. In a nutshell, the bodily rights argument is the idea that you should never be forced to do things with your body that you don't want to do, including being pregnant. And according to this argument, abortion is simply a way of protecting yourself from being forced to do something with your body that you don't actually want to do. But when you take the time to stop and think about it, there are some major problems with this idea. Firstly, there are at least two bodies involved in every pregnancy, not one. There's the body of the mother and the body of her unborn child. So if it is never okay to force someone to do something with their body that they don't actually want to do, then why would it be okay to destroy the body of an unborn human being with an abortion when they have never actually consented to having that done to their body? Secondly, we would never tolerate this type of thinking about bodily rights in any other sort of circumstance. For example, imagine the parents of a newborn infant who decided that they were sick of being forced to use their bodies to feed, clothe, shelter, and constantly comfort their new baby. Not to mention the never-ending and extreme tiredness from all the sleepless nights, and the fact that they have to use their bodies to earn money to pay for things like special car seats, cribs, and baby clothes. We would never say that it would be okay for those parents to kill their baby just because they didn't want to be forced to use their bodies for the sake of their child anymore. Or what about the example of a deadbeat father who doesn't want to use his body to earn money to financially support his own children? Most rational people would never think that it was okay for the father to claim that he only consented to sex and not having a baby with the mother of his child, and that legally requiring him to pay child support would be forcing him to do something with his body that he didn't want to do, and therefore it would be a violation of his bodily rights. Now, in response to these obvious flaws in the bodily rights argument, people who are pro-choice will often say, yes, but it's different when a baby is growing inside its mother's womb because she is the only one who can use her body to take care of it. But once a human being has been born, other people can now use their bodies to care for it as well, so it would be wrong to kill it in that situation. Firstly, that's not actually true in every case. With the deadbeat father, for example, no one else can be forced to use their bodies to earn money to pay child support for his kids. Only he can. Secondly, this response doesn't actually make a lot of sense. What it seems to be saying is that if more than one person can use their body to keep a dependent human being alive, then it's never okay to kill that dependent human being. But if only one person is capable of using their body to keep a dependent human being alive, then it would be totally fine to kill that dependent human being. How does that even make any logical sense? Not only that, but we know that this is obviously not true when we think about the following thought experiment. Imagine a newborn infant who has been abandoned by its mother and left in the care of its father in a remote and isolated village where there are no other people available who are capable of caring for the child and keeping it alive. Would it be morally okay for that father to kill his daughter just because he didn't want to be forced to use his body to keep her alive? And if it wouldn't be okay in that scenario, then why would it suddenly become morally acceptable to act this way when the child is in a womb? Surely the whole point of our bodily rights is that they exist not so that we can do whatever we want with our bodies, but instead they exist solely to protect us from having unjust things done to our bodies or being forced to do unjust things with our bodies. If that's the case, then it makes absolutely no sense to claim that abortion can be justified on the grounds of bodily rights, because every abortion involves the destruction of the body of an innocent human being without the consent of the human being whose body is being destroyed. And deliberately killing and destroying someone else's body without their consent is the most unjust thing that can ever be done to a human being. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.